Soon we'll be watching the final chapter of the Book of Boba Fett, and while we've still had a ton of fantastic character cameos from the Star Wars universe, there might be one still to come that could be very interesting and important to the story. This would be Qi'ra, the leader of Crimson Dawn's Crime Syndicate, and a very important figure in the criminal underworld. She was heavily featured in Solo: A Star Wars Story, and had ties to Darth Maul as well as Boba Fett himself. But has a clue to her appearance already appeared in the show, and is it connected to a familiar ship from the Star Wars franchise? Let's find out more. Greetings my young Padawans, my name is Jack and welcome to Star Wars Now. Yes, we're talking about Qi'ra and Crimson Dawn once again, but this time also discussing a potential use of a familiar starship. This would be the Scimitar, otherwise known as the Sith Infiltrator, which was a modified star courier used by the former Sith Lord Darth Maul, while he served as the apprentice of Darth Sidious, aka Emperor Palpatine. Concept art for Chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett showed a familiar ship orbiting the Halo Ring planet Glavis. Now, what if this is a hint of things to come? For this, we need to look at the history of the ship and whether it fits into the story so far. Like always, before we do jump into the video, use the force and hit that subscribe and like button to never miss a video from myself and the team here at Star Wars Now. As always, if you're talking about Star Wars, then we want to hear about it. Okay, so yes, looking at concept art for Chapter 5, we do see a familiar looking ship that could actually be Darth Maul's Scimitar. The vessel was previously used by the Sith Lord to track down Queen Padme Amidala on Tatooine. Of course, following Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, we don't actually ever see the ship on screen again. So where did it go? Lucky for us as Star Wars fans, we do have information where the ship has actually ended up so far, so let's fill in the gaps. Obviously the last time we saw it, previously mentioned, was in Episode 1 where Darth Maul was using it to hunt down Queen Amidala. Following Maul's death, the ship would go back into the possession of Darth Sidious. It would be used in the Clone Wars, where General Grievous and Sidious himself used it to travel to Dathomir to face off against Night Sister Mother Talzin and Maul himself. With the end of the Clone Wars and the formation of a Galactic Empire, Darth Sidious aka Emperor Palpatine still had the Scimitar in his possession. It was stored in Imperial Facility 729-D, where the droid 066 looked after it. Now, just before the Battle of Hoth, bounty hunter Chaneth Char was entrusted with the Scimitar to hunt down and retrieve Palpatine's luxury pleasure craft, the Imperialis. Using the ship's advanced tracking systems, Chaneth and 066 managed to locate the Imperialis. While 066 waited aboard the ship, Chaneth boarded the Imperialis and used the operation codes to set the self-destruct sequence. Following this, she ordered 66 to dock with the ship to evacuate herself, Lando Calrissian, and Lobot, before the self-destruct sequence would actually detonate. Now this plan kinda backfired, as 066 refused to obey the order. The conflicting order would be that 066 was charged with protecting and honouring the Scimitar, ensuring it would not be put at risk or destroyed. The droid actually removed her pulse bomb and flew the Scimitar away, meaning this would be the last we ever saw of a Scimitar in the Star Wars universe so far. So, how could the ship become into the possession of Qi'ra and Crimson Dawn, which would lead to its potential appearance in the Book of Boba Fett? Well, an interesting connection between Crimson Dawn and the Scimitar is all to do with the last known appearance of the ship. This would be when 066 flew off and left the bounty hunter, Chaneth Char, to her fate. The bounty hunter here is the connection between the Scimitar and Crimson Dawn, the secret faction led by Darth Maul. At one point in time, Chaneth Char would work for Crimson Dawn and had dealings with them. Our theory comes into play here. What if following 066 taking the ship out of harm's way, it was actually delivered into the hands of Maul himself and Crimson Dawn? Small little error in the theory here, Maul is dead by this time in the Star Wars timeline, therefore it would need to be delivered to Crimson Dawn. It would need to be sent as who is in charge, that being Qi'ra. Qi'ra would need to transport for activities in running Crimson Dawn as a crime syndicate. A ship used by a former master would make sense, as we mentioned before. The Scimitar is really advanced with its unique system, so it makes total sense as well. At the end of the day, the concept art might not be the Scimitar and therefore something just added for the sake of it at the end of the day, but looks kind of similar. However, if it is a little Easter egg, that would be fantastic, as it perfectly tie into the Book of Boba Fett. Alright, Exalted Ones, that's it for myself. Do let me know what you thought if this is interesting in the comment section below in this little Star Wars theory. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news, lore, and more. You can also follow us on social media as well. Do make sure to let us know your thoughts in the video comment section below, because we're all excited for the final chapter of the Book of Boba Fett. Because if you're talking about Star Wars, then we want to hear about it. That's it for myself today on Star Wars Now. I've been Captain Jack. I'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.